like Lynn got maybe some people to watch and you're late to it. Damn.
Oh yeah. I
I
should
did
message my
I
friends.
did feel bad about that.
Yeah, you should.
I was like, oh no, what about the new
Hey,
friends?
guys.
Hi everybody. Welcome back. One of my favorite jokes, and I say this about a lot of things, but one of my favorite jokes is that we often come in halfway through a sentence when we go live, and I love it. No context needed.
No context.
But welcome back to another episode of Trapped in the Mists, a Curse of Strahd tale hosted here on the RPG Storytelling Twitch, Moonbeam, YouTube channels. Thank you for everybody who joined us live. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Feel free to cash in those channel points to help shape the world, either here in this stream or on other streams here on RPG Storytelling. If you are watching on the VODs on YouTube, I see you there too. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Your views are appreciated. If you did want to catch us live, we stream almost every week, Tuesdays around 8 p.m. Eastern. It's not an exact science.
It actually
Life
normally
happens.
is, though.
We are usually pretty punctual. Life happens every once in a while, but for the most part, I do try to prioritize. But it definitely wasn't my fault that we started stream late this week.
No, of course not.
But yeah, life happens. But we try about 8 p.m. Eastern almost every Tuesday evening to follow our adventures and see what's going on in the world of Barovia with these fine feathered friends. But yes, if you are watching on the VODs and you're looking for the lives, or if you're watching live and you're looking for the VODs and you're having trouble finding anything, rpgstorytelling.com gets you the links for everything, as well as some merch. We're still in process of getting some official art made, which means there's going to be our merch soon. So keep your eyes open on rpgstorytelling.com, and you might find some merch of these wonderful people, as well as my daring villain. I'm very excited about this. But yeah.
Incorrigible.
Oh, hi. I see some new friends are here. Thank goodness you didn't give up on us because of not my mistake. Or not mistake, not my life events. Okay. That's everything that I can think of. Sarah, is there anything else going on behind the scenes that you want to share with the audience?
Let's see. Our artwork for our characters for Trapped in the Mist is coming along beautifully. We've
so good.
got the nearly finished versions of Gawain, Nedro, and Ivor. Just some little tweaks that need to be made. I know that Rissa's character art is well in progress and is looking fabulous. And then we'll get to our wonderful DM's incredibly dangerous villain. And then
Wait, I'm up next. That's right.
yes, yep. Because we already have artwork for Yana, so don't have to
That's
worry
right.
about
We
doing
already
that one
got
again.
you.
Yep. So as soon as we get all that artwork from our wonderful artist, Dusty Graphics, we will definitely start putting it out everywhere. So you'll have plenty of options for finding the art, enjoying the art, purchasing the merchandise with the artwork. So yeah.
New merch. Ooh-ha!
And then not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, we've got episode 8 of Myths of Gaia coming up.
Ooh, excellent. All right. I think with that concludes any announcements we have. All of our housekeeping's out of the way. So, let's journey back to a familiar land that we all know and hate well. Tugged back through the mists, back into the land of Barovia. Wow, where did it go? Back to the land with no sun, and whose skies are always overcast with thick clouds of the mists. So, as it is now, so has it been for decades. centuries passing, as has each before it. The people here are born, they live, and they die. Some are even unlucky enough to find that they live through another turning of the cycle, when the mists and the shadowy creatures that inhabit them deem it time to wake the Count and, from his slumber and capture souls from beyond their borders to entertain or perhaps torture the denizens here. And this is where our story continues. Gawain, dun 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 dun. What happened last time?
So, last episode of Trapped in the Mist, we picked up with basically, we picked up with conversations about the 3 gems that we will need to obtain from Mother, the druid matriarch, in order to complete the spell to be able to banish Strahd and return Strahd to our land so that we can then kill him. We talked about that for a little bit. We came up with a plan to try to get able to be close enough to parlay. So Gawain drew a snowdrop, one of the flowers that we were given to signal our peaceful intentions to any soldiers or commanders. And then Gawain went to Alice's really quick, brought her the sketch. It was like, hey, I have this project for you. See if you can get this done. And then he cured her arthritis. I'm pretty sure she's done by the time the morning rolls around, because let's be honest, if you got all of your arthritis cured, you go on whatever crafting spree you could. Then late after that, we got back. We went into the Tome of Strahd, where we came out into a throne room that was lined with us and then some other important individuals, and Strahd sitting on a rotating throne. And in walked Sergei von Zarovich, his younger brother, who on his hip had a beautiful sword that the handle looked awfully familiar, as it is the Sun Sword. I'll get to that later. We see that Strahd was deeply uncomfortable with his hug with his brother. And after that, we kind of got transitioned to a new location, where we saw a facsimile in the illusion of the Tome of Strahd, but nonetheless, we saw sunlight for the first time, at least. Yana, Gawain, and Riss did. Some reacting a little better than others. But we learned through, I think it was a really high insight check, but we learned that Strahd, in fact, misses the sun. As much as it's against his nature now, he misses the peace, the beauty, the warmth, and the hug it gives you. And then we transitioned into a new space, which was a more or less like a medieval tournament type setup.
That's the word I was looking for last time.
And we all participated in various showdowns or events, some against each other, some against some enemies, some to gather intel. Gawain ended up jousting Alec Gwillem, and dehorsed him on the second round.
I think it was third.
Third round. Unhorsed him. Then Nedro took on Leo, who very well could have ended Nedro in a turn if Nedro had not just been like, no, I don't fight hard, I fight smart. Wall of force, be gone, thought. And then we had Yana versus Strahd, which ended with Yana conceding to show an honorable victory. Let's see. Ivor and Riss showed down, and it was close.
It was so good.
The fact that our wizard was able to deflect and dodge like 4 of Ivor's rounds, which is wild.
I stand by what I did.
That with crafty spellcraft was very close, but Ivor was able to edge out a victory just thanks to Echo and his ability to shoot 1 billion times in a round.
Listen.
It's just a trigger finger. That's all it is.
Let's see. We learned that while Sergei went on to fight Strahd, we learned that there used to be a crystalline blade on the Sun Sword. It was not always just a hilt. At the end of the fight, we learned that although it was an honorable fight, it didn't sit well with Strahd. It's just something about that just really he didn't like. And then we ended up closing of chapter 3, and I believe we pick up with us being thrust back out of the book into the apartment and our adventures for the day. I believe that was everything.
Yeah, I think so.
So everyone is waking, sort of like almost coming to. Some of you were awake, some of you were asleep when this final chapter was finished. But was anybody doing anything in particular when the chapter wrapped up? Or when the chapter was decoded and you guys got sucked in, I should say.
I thought all of us except for Riss were long resting, right?
I was decoding. So.
Mm-hmm. And everyone else was long resting.
Mm-hmm. Definitely still asleep.
Sounds
you know,
good.
like normal people.
Like normal people.
Which we know each of our individual members of this group are.
Correct.
Actually, weirdly enough, just Ned.
We are all normal. Yes. Every single one of us.
All right. The morning wears on. Yeah, the morning is yours. I don't know what the details of the plan are. I know that you talked about Mother.
So, as Yana comes to consciousness out of sleep, she just starts screaming bloody murder.
That's alarming. That'll wake up Cesar and Ivor.
Yeah, really quick question. What is the setup of your place, Riss? And what would be a logical way for all of us to be sleeping in this space?
Yeah, how many rooms do you want?
So it's a 1-bedroom. Because it's just Riss normally.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got Gertruda.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming Gertruda, Riss, and Yana in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
then
fun.
the boys can all be in the living room. Or the living area.
So yeah, Yana starts just like screaming like bloody murder, like a night terror. Gertruda just like freaks out, falls out of the bed, and is like crawling backwards up onto you, Riss, and like trying to put you in front. What's going on? What's going on?
Riss is sitting at their desk, like immediately looking up from the tome, like kind of pushes Gertruda out of the way and like runs over and like tries to grab Yana.
And
Yana, give me a wisdom save.
Wisdom. Okay. That is a 17.
Okay. At this point, boys also hear this, and you guys are shocked back to consciousness.
So upon hearing this scream, Ned will immediately bolt up, get out of, I don't know, couch, floor, whatever he's on right now, and like run towards the scream, forgetting both his staff and his sunglasses at his side. As soon as he steps within 5 feet, his staff snaps to his hand. Sunglasses are still there. He's gonna bust into the room with like a spell ready at hand.
Just like grabbing Yana's shoulders, like hoping the contact helps like ground her. I'm assuming this is like some residual from the shit Strahd pulled with her. So just this like Yana, Yana.
And she, as she's screaming, coming out of sleep, she curls up into basically the fetal position and just starts basically rocking in the bed, just trying to soothe herself.
I'm gonna try and like pull her into
What
a
are
hug.
Gawain and Ivor doing during this?
I was going to, I was probably very close to Nedro as well. I was going to hop up without my armor and just fucking sprint. Make sure that Yana's okay.
Get your aura over here.
And Cesar is always one for family, and recently having Yana back, he knows something's wrong, so he's just not like lumbering, but quickly making his way. Do you need assistance? And Ivor is gonna pick up Nedro's glasses on the way.
Bursts into the room. Yana, give me another wisdom save.
Poor Gertrude, who I definitely dumped on the floor.
That is a 14.
14.
What's
This
the
one was
plus
harder.
5?
This one was extra
with
stressful.
a plus 5, so that's a 19 then.
This one was harder. This is extra stressful, as not only is it just boom, now it was rapid succession. Somebody got their hands on you, and then there's somebody coming in. However many attacks you want to make, a la losing control. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Okay. Let's see.
Ow.
I'm trying to think how I want to do this, because it's going to be unarmed, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Am I
We'll say
shifting as well?
You are shifting. Yes, you have your claws.
Okay, got it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and make my standard 3 predatory strikes.
Oh no. Everyone's coming in, but Riss is right up there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't have my mage armor on either. Like, I am...
Gertruda's there too.
Gertruda's
on the floor!
Is like probably a good, at least, is probably a good square away, because Riss stepped up in almost like swap spaces. So Gertruda's right there as well, though, which is kind of scary for her. She's seeing this happening. Yana, this does not count against one of your transformations for the day, if you have a limit, just because this is like losing control.
Got it.
How much damage did I just take?
So that's 24 to hit, 23 to hit, 26 to hit.
Oh, those all hit! Those all hit!
So it's
Like, my AC is 13 right now.
so it's 9
Don't laugh at me.
damage, 8 damage, 9 damage.
26 total?
Yes.
Okay. Ow.
No fire damage, because she hasn't done it on her claws yet for the day.
All right. 25 to 20?
I rolled a natural 20. I got a 22 total.
22 for Ivor. 20 to 15?
19.
22 for Yana as well.
22 for Yana as well.
Ooh.
Rollies.
I got a 16.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You gonna do it again, Ivor?
I doubt it.
Believe in
Nope.
friend.
That is a total of flat 20.
Okay. Oh, no. Rollies is just another D20. There's no bonus there.
Okay.
So that works. And then, Ned, what'd you get?
16.
Oh, also a 16. So you
Combo
and Gawain
move.
can do a combo move if you want. The only reason I asked for the rollies with Yana and Ivor is because Yana is technically combatant at this point. But unfortunately, top of the round, we're back to Yana.
It's like, why do we always end up fighting Sarah's characters? How does this always happen? Every
Amazing.
single character she's played so far at this point.
Okay.
That's true.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, all 3. Yep.
Yep, so another 3 normal strikes with my predatory strike.
Give me another wisdom save. I'm sorry.
Okay.
With Gawain's
Do I have a
is
chance
Gawain
to
close enough for the +5?
Yes.
Do I have a chance to speak at all before this happens? This wisdom
Yeah, you
save
can say
happens?
something quick.
Can I let go of her?
Yeah, you can let go.
Okay,
You can't move out of the way, unfortunately.
I'm gonna let go, and I'm not gonna like back off a ton, but I'm gonna put my hands up, like I'm not hurting, but I don't want to hurt you. And say, Yana, you're in my apartments.
That's a 9.
A 9? Yeah. No, we're going.
Do you have a negative wisdom?
No.
Okay.
Even with the
+1 of
+5?
wisdom. Well, I've got for wisdom saves, I've got a +2 plus the +5. So that's 7. I rolled a 2.
Oh no! Yeah, no. Oh boy! All right, let's roll, boys.
But what about your D12 inspiration and your inspiration?
Yeah.
Are those going to be a thing for me, DM?
Yeah, if you want to roll, if you want to use it, you can.
Okay. I'll use my pretty rainbow dice.
Don't roll a
The
1.
D12.
Don't roll. Oh god. It's okay. She has advantage, so even if she rolled a 1, it wouldn't matter this round.
So
This time.
between the first rolls and bonuses plus the D12 comes out to a 17.
That'll be a success.
Okay.
You're starting to come to your senses. Your strikes have disadvantage.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Sounds good. So disadvantage strikes.
Not
predatory.
that it'll matter with my low AC, but you know,
Of course.
1, 1, 2.
hopefully.
So that's a. What is that? It's a 12.
I have a question for you, Gawain. Are you mechanically able to turn your aura
Or no,
off?
that's 17.
That hits.
If you knock me unconscious, it turns off.
Oh,
Hey,
the
okay.
10 misses.
10. And a 12.
1 hit.
Nice.
So 10 slashing damage.
Ow.
All right.
Gotten fucked up so far.
Yana, you're a cornered animal, but you're starting to, you're starting to process information once again.
Mhm.
Ivor, brings us to your turn. Give me an insight check.
Okay.
Oh, great at these. I think that's a -1 to this. Let me double check. Nope. Okay, 14.
14. She's dangerous, but you could see the hesitation in this last split second. You're starting to catch up and figure out what's going on here.
Does it strike me as a certain situation, like in Lady Walker's basement with Gawain?
Not I mean, elements of it are reminiscent, but there's no large figures over top.
Okay.
It's not altogether dissimilar.
Uh, Even if I had my rifle, I wouldn't use it. I'll just move to the side of the bed and just go, Yana, it's okay. You're fine.
You can spend your action. Yana, give me another wisdom save.
Okay. It's 21.
21. Your vision like materializes and almost like sharpens into focus, and you see the people in front of you, and you're still unsure exactly what's going on. You feel out of place. You feel it's like, what's going on? How did I get here? What's happening? You'll need one more success before everything settles.
Got it.
That brings us to Riss.
Okay.
Give me an insight check.
Oh boy.
You can do it with advantage because of the success going through this encounter so far.
Yay, thank you. Shit. 11.
11.
My dice are not happy.
You are bleeding profusely. Yana needs to be contained before you really think about anything else.
Damn.
You're flashing to the prison underneath the Keeper's Fortress. You're flashing to the cell with the moonbeam sigils in it.
Okay.
And how unprepared your apartment is for an emergency.
This is absolutely gonna make it worse. Shit. All right. I need Yana to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I think I know what's coming.
She still counts as humanoid, right?
Yeah.
In her werewolf
thought-
form? Like, okay.
I thought that's
Actually, I
what
had a
you were
really quick
doing.
question about Gawain's aura, because it works on allies specifically, but what is Yana at this very moment?
Yana's still an ally.
Okay, just curious. So they're gonna get a +5 to this wisdom save.
$22.
Oh, okay, good. I was waiting for it to be 2 again. 22.
You know what, DM?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to, if actually no, I can. Yeah, no, I can do that now. Gawain is going to, in a like as booming a voice as he can to get Yana's attention, is just going to say, "Calm yourself," and I'm going to cast Silvery Barbs.
Okay,
Oh
so
no!
roll again.
That's a bard spell. That's a bard spell.
Who you giving advantage to? That's such a Gawain move. Sees Risk casting a spell, assumes it must be, like, in this situation, it must be like a boon, and it turns out to be, oh, this is.
This is
I love
absolutely
when you
gonna make
guys
things
RP your
worse.
characters. This is so perfect. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, it's gonna be good. They're gonna try to make Yana fail.
There you go. Sorry, I had to click that.
Wait,
But yeah, so
you
Yana.
rolled a 1? Okay,
no.
okay. It's fine. So risk cast hold person.
Okay.
So Yana is stuck there now. And Riss is just gonna say, okay. Let's all just calm down.
Who are you
Yana?
giving advantage to, Gawain?
I'm gonna give it to Nedro.
Okay. Yana, give me another wisdom save.
Okay.
Oh, shark! God damn it! I should have given it to. Yeah, no, never mind.
15.
You were sort of like resolving, but now you're slipping back into fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
I knew this was
15,
gonna happen. I didn't
not
want
quite
to do
enough.
this. It's fine. It's fine. Stupid inside check. It's fine. It's like you don't trap the traumatized person. That's how you make it worse. Anyways, Yana can repeat the save at the end of her turn but as of right now, she is paralyzed for the next minute as long as I can concentrate on the spell. And then as Riss ends their turn, they're going to say, Yana, you're safe. You're in my home. You're safe.
Gawain, give me an insight check.
In the box. That is a 15.
15. You're clocking this roller coaster that Yan is going on. It started off high and was starting to stabilize, but now she's spiking again. You are aware of what's going on. Yana may be lashing out again as soon as she's able.
Okay. I have a question. We're going with the new command spell, correct?
Yes.
So you can't make up your own command words.
Oh, does it give you a list that you can pick from now?
It says you have to do approach, drop, flee, grovel, or halt.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, we'll stick with that then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is it cool if because it just doesn't have the same utility. Like I was gonna try to do the revert thing. I'm gonna probably, if it's okay, if I could prepare a different spell since I thought we were gonna be working on the.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Sweet. Cool. So that fucks my plan. Shit.
Wait, we took our turn at the same time. I had it. I thought.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, Gawain and Ned. Ned, give me an insight check.
Oh. $11.
11. Yeah, it's
Ned has advantage
dangerous. Ned has
Ned does have
advantage.
advantage.
Oh, right.
on his next d20 roll.
That was worse. So the 11 is it.
I just want to help my friend.
Is that with a +5?
It's not a save.
No, not on that save.
Oh, okay.
So you, in true sibling fashion, and Riss are on the same wavelength of, oh no, this is the wrong place to have a meltdown. We need to do something because even the keepers had a lockup in the basement for exactly this situation.
Mm-hmm. I am going to. I need two things. One, I gave Yana, like, her gift was like the organ meats. Do I see that in the vicinity at all?
Yana?
It would probably be semi near her, wherever she's keeping her pack.
2, Gawain, what instrument do you play and where is it?
The drum, the lute, and he sings.
You have one of them with you or anywhere near. Point being, Gawain, I need you to either play or sing the song that Ivor has used before to help Yana. And while he does that, I am going to approach Yana's stuff, get one of the, I don't know, it was called a sheep heart or something. Very cautiously, well, she's paralyzed, she can't do anything, but very slowly approach her to show that I'm not, in any kind of danger. It's like, Yana? You're with friends, everything's okay, and I'll lead with the heart while I hope Gawain plays the song if he chooses to do so.
I'm going to.
Okay, gotcha. With those together, give me a wisdom save, Yana, with advantage.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. On a natural 20, your vision fully resolves. It's almost like the room zooms out and your awareness opens up and you see everything for what's going on. I'll say passive insights on everybody, decent enough to clock this. Actually, Yana reverts back to humanoid form. And so you guys understand that to mean that the immediate danger has passed.
Frisk, let her go.
I immediately, upon seeing this, drop concentration.
Does she like collapse to the floor? Is she standing?
Collapses on the bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goes right back into her fetal position, but she's sitting up this time. And just starts rocking.
Goodness.
You can see tears streaming down her face.
Gonna like slowly approach and say, "Can I touch you?"
She doesn't say anything. I just give a little nod, but I keep rocking.
I'll just gingerly like pull her into a hug.
And she'll kind of just settle into it.
And just kind of like softly whispering like to her, just like you're safe. You're safe now.
I had the worst nightmare I've ever had. I dreamt I was back in that damned castle.
You're not going back there. He won't be able to keep you again. I promise.
I dreamt that I was fighting him and I lost. Tell me I'm not still dreaming.
You're not. You're here. Just gonna like squeeze like as hard as I can, so like kind of like a pinch, but like nicer. I promise.
And she'll unclasp her arms from around her knees and just kind of wrap them around wrists and just hold it.
Riss will stay there as long as Yana holds on.
Gawain's gonna check on Gertruda.
Gertruda is in an interesting mirroring, also curled up, fetal position, like almost like in shock. As you reach over to her, she grabs tightly onto your arms. What is happening?
Everything is all right. Yana lost control, but we got her back. Everything will be fine. Just please take some deep breaths in and out.
With a little bit of guided breathing, you're able to calm her down, equalize her oxygen and all that, and avoid a hyperventilation.
Gawain starts doing touchstone therapy. It's like, okay, describe 3 sensations you're feeling right now. Name me 3 things that are green that you can see. Just like these distracting questions to ground her into reality.
And it works. She seems to be very resilient. And sort of slowly, along with Yana, recovering in a similar sort of scope and time frame, um, like sort of becoming more present and until you feel confident that she's capable of engaging.
I know we were talking about doing that book thing. I really don't think I'm ready to do that today. Can we wait another day?
We
You don't. Russell, pull back a little bit. You don't remember? We already did it.
Yana, the dream you had was actually the book thing in itself. That's kind of how the magic of it works.
You don't.
Not so sure I like that. It was very reminiscent of while I was there for the last several weeks. I would try to fight him, but he would always make me kneel. It was very disturbing.
So on hearing that, Ned will invite himself to sit on the bed, looking at Yana. He still doesn't have his sunglasses on, by the way. He never put them on.
Yeah.
Ivor will hand them to you.
No, leave them off for now.
No, he'll hand them to you. You can choose not to put them on.
Well, I just meant, okay, whatever. He's not really like looking in your direction. Yana doesn't necessarily have to make eye contact with him. I'm assuming she's like, still in fetal position.
Mm-hmm.
Yana, and that's fine. The next time we do it, you don't have to be part of this. We just want to make sure you're fine and you're doing better.
I think it was just shock from seeing it so clearly again. The only difference was everything was very clean. That was weird. I've never seen it clean like that before. But if that's kind of what it's like in the book, just make sure I'm awake next time.
Of course. Sorry, I didn't realize. I didn't mean to cause this.
Did I do that?
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
I did do that, didn't I? I'm so sorry.
Yana.
Miss.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll just hug her tighter. I knew I should have known not to grab you. It's my fault.
To be honest, I'm not even sure I recognized you grabbing me, to be honest. I was basically in just fight or flight mood.
That's okay. You're not responsible for things that happen when you have moments like these. We're here to back you up and to make sure that you are safe when it happens.
And also provide sheep hearts to make you feel better. He says as he's like actually handing it to her.
And I'll see that and I'll take it. If you'll excuse me, I need a little bit of privacy right now. Make sure Gertrude doesn't see this part. And I'll
Briss will nod and like go over and reach down and like, is she still freaking out?
No, Gawain has calmed her down by this point. And Gawain's like pulling her up to her feet.
Let's start shepherding everyone out. Like let's go arrange breakfast, and Yana, you can join us when you are ready.
Yes, Gertruda, let's go to the Blue Water Inn.
Okay. Hey.
Riss like sneakily grabs a change of clothes.
Yes, to eat.
And as they're exiting, like all together, Gawain, when you get the chance, maybe patch up wrists.
And as soon as everyone's out of the room, I will dive teeth first into this sheep heart.
Tearing it apart. It's good, but not satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
You rummage through the bag, try and find and pull out some other organs.
D100 for what organ you get and from which animal.
Amazing. Ned has a rolling table.
My gifts were thoughtful, okay?
That's great.
57.
Wait, oh, you were asking me? Oh, okay, damn. I don't have an organ meat.
You said
on
roll
the
it.
table. I didn't think you'd take me seriously.
Find some pig lungs.
Yep.
Goat heart.
It's in here somewhere.
Down it. Give me a... In the back of your mind, there whispers a familiar voice. You have not heard it for some time. I require sustenance. Just sort of fades into the background static. And the heart was good. You could go for another.
I'll rummage around in the pack and see if I can find another.
Odds or evens?
We'll go evens because the odds are never in my favor.
Evens. There is another one. There's
Yay.
a goat heart.
Cool. Sheep, goat.
Something missing about it.
Yeah.
It fills the stomach, but
Yeah.
that could have been better.
It could have. Could have been juicier, warmer, bloodier.
Mm-hmm. It's also a little gamey.
Yeah.
Gay.
Oh my gosh. All right. But yes, as you sort of recover, the group brings Gertruda to the Blue Water Inn, where you guys have a nice meal. Excuse me. Erwin is the proprietor, sort of dealing with the first thing in the morning today. And your meals are provided free of charge for the heroes of Vallaki. He insists on the house.
And we
Don't let-
collected
don't
our
let
gear
Danica
before
know.
we left, right?
What's that, Ivor?
We collected our gear before we left, correct?
Yeah. You would have gotten your stuff already, so you're not walking out with nothing.
I did put my glasses on this time.
Mm-hmm.
Ivor, where do you keep
Sorry.
the knife? Now that it's not on your bayonet, it's not a bayonet anymore.
It's not a bayonet anymore. I keep it like on my side. Almost like think Naruto, like a band around my leg, and then a sheath.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Oh, is it tilting? Let's see. Weird that the sniper doesn't have good perception.
That's what the
18.
scope's for. 18. That's still pretty good.
That's good.
There's a little, just to make sure it doesn't like wiggle around, there's a very small strap that goes over a part of it and just provides a little bit more security since you're keeping it on your leg rather than like on your belt. It's that snap is like folded. It's not closed, but it's like tucked in. You snap it every time. You're very precise.
And I'll tell this to the group as we're presumably, like, are we at the end or on the way? Does this happen?
At any point. It doesn't matter much one way or the other.
I will let the group know this knife is still moving.
Remind me why it moves again? Like why it does that?
I'm honestly not quite sure. When I attached it as a bayonet to my rifle, it moved. I detached it during the dinner with Strahd. He said it was a gift. It moves. I'm not sure what it's trying to point to, but I think it might be some sort of compass. That's my only inkling.
DM, did we ever identify the dagger?
Yes.
Okay. But that wouldn't tell us if it's like cursed or something.
No, unfortunately. Evening Shade, +2 bonus to attack and damage, and it does an additional d4 necrotic on a hit. Additionally, once per turn, you force a target to succeed a DC 15 con save, or its maximum hit points are reduced by the amount of necrotic damage until the next long rest, and you regain the same number of hit points. It also is a returning dagger.
So if I was still attuned to it, I could just throw it and then just...
Yeah.
Yep. I remember that.
Ivor, does it always point in the same direction?
Can I roll history for that?
Nope, no roll necessary. Not necessarily. You're not leaving your weapon in any particular direction, and you've rolled for this enough. It almost looks like it's been returned, but just not returned stealthily enough. Like it was removed and then replaced.
I don't think it's anybody in the party. This is above table.
Shit.
Well, then I have an idea. Next time we're gonna go to bed, just remind me to cast a spell on it.
Very well. I'll leave it out. I mean, this dagger seems to have some sort of sentience, and, well, I'm sure your wand will agree. Sentience is, it's sort of its specialty.
I mean, I have a sentient sword and a semi-sentient staff, so...
Oh, yeah, you do have... I think you would be the best one for the job.
Not due to any experience, it's due to a very particular spell that might help with this. With that out of the way, Gertruda, how are you doing? That was quite the morning.
I need some more beer. Gosh. I'm okay. I never imagined. She almost word vomits and then starts stuttering and then gets real quiet. And you see her eyes sort of glassing up. She was only there because of me. She was only there because I went there.
Well, Gertruda, that wasn't your fault. Strahd put a spell on you. Keep in mind, as soon as you broke it, you were completely wanting to leave.
Well, he did it. He didn't do it until I got there. I went there on
We
my own.
weren't solely there for you. It is not your fault. What he did to both you and her has nothing to do with you.
Give me a persuasion check.
Can they get advantage because I was initially speaking
Yes.
about this as well?
Please,
Yes, you can.
$15? Ooh, actually,
Plus your
I'm
D12. Plus your
gonna use
D12.
my D12, yeah. Shit. 20! Dirty 20!
Wait a minute. I don't like the precedence this sets. I've been like, yeah, it's fine. You can have the D12s. Wait a minute. Now, you guys are just gonna say I get this and expect me to give it to you.
I mean, if you're 30 minutes late, we might, but not like
Yeah.
if you're...
Okay, fine. What'd you get? Dirty 20?
Yeah.
Okay. Why were you... What was going on? Why were you at the castle if not for me?
Well, Strahd invited us to a dinner party. And we couldn't exactly say no.
Yeah, the running theme with him.
So,
Though no,
Yes.
I insist she does a terrible Strahd accent.
so do not feel that it was solely your fault that Yana was in the vicinity or any of us were. We knew what could happen, and things were escalated. And Yana saved us.
Pleasure.
We all would have died if Yana had not done what she did.
I actually did.
Ned did die.
I
And
got better.
Gawain and Ivor were only saved because of her quick thinking and actions.
It's true.
So please
Rod
do
had me
not
on the floor.
blame yourself for something that is not your fault and that you had no bearing on what happened. The only person who is to blame is Strahd.
She is hearing your words, and they're making it in. It's almost like she's silently grumbling. And it's a look that you've seen before on Yana's face. When you're making sense, but I'm not about to admit that. Wow, they're sisters.
Riss is also kind of like looking over at Yana as she says this. Is like, I know I'm saying this to her, but this is also to you, bitch.
Yep.
Like making sure she's also listening and clocking what Riss is saying. 'Cause this would have been the first time that Riss acknowledged and pointed out that like what Yana did save them.
That's a good point.
Because I mean, as far as Yana knows, Riss is still angry at them for breaking her promise to not fight. So.
At this point, Erwin comes over and just sort of busses the table. Can I get you anything else? Refill on tea, coffee, ale. Gertruda, do you have any wine? And he like sort of looks at her, looks at all of you. I can bring a bottle if you want.
I'll take a coffee.
Coffee. The bottle
Tea,
of
please.
wine. Tea. And he just gets a couple of little bit of light refreshments for everybody. Brings it back, puts a bottle, places the cups and pours, and his two little boys help him carry the stuff out. Just because there's a bunch, and he just they enjoy helping. He pours the tea, the coffee, and places a bottle with several goblets on the table for whoever may want to have some. Well, you know what they say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Gertruda's
Wait.
a big Jimmy Buffett fan.
Wait, hold on. Gertruda, do they say that specifically here? Because it is like a very small area. It's the same time zone everywhere you go here.
I've never understood it. I've often wondered why they don't say it'll be 5 o'clock eventually.
Just because Barovia is small and locked in doesn't mean we don't know that the rest of the world exists outside of it.
Is that actually true? I'm asking as Casey and not Nedro.
I think with rare, especially with Riss in the Tome of Strahd, I think that's a reasonable conclusion.
So other people in Barovia do know that there's a world out there that they can't reach.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they do know that because the Vistani can leave.
True.
I'm saying I'm sure it's not like common knowledge, but like
It's not unheard of.
Yeah, if you can like be smart and infer shit, then you're like, oh, all right, okay.
Well, with that all the way, I know it seems kind of weird to shift focus, but we kind of do have a time limit. How about we pay Mother a visit once Yana's better?
Could this have counted as a short rest, DM?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, I'm gonna. Don't mind me. Just
Oh,
gonna hit
shit.
dice.
I forgot to add +4 potions to my inventory from the previous night.
Short rest for sure.
And before Yana had joined everybody at the Blue Water Inn, she'd gone over to the blacksmith and purchased a set of manacles.
Understood.
Kinky.
Equipment. He knows you. He'll give you a discount. A gold.
Okay.
He'll give you a discount, and the final price is 1 gold.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, I am topped up.
Damn it, Casey. What's that?
You got to be quicker than that.
I'm also going to I'm not going to use Arcane Recovery. Because apparently, in-game Arcane Recovery doesn't work like Baldur's Gate Arcane Recovery. I only get it once, so...
Correct. All right.
We'll wait till I have more spell slots and I can get back.
Yes, the day is yours. As Gertruda will excuse herself at some point, and go ahead and.
Can I go to a place to get a copy of my key? Because I don't want to give Gertruda my only house key.
Yes.
I feel like that's a Yvonne thing as well.
Blacksmith? Yeah, it feels like a blacksmith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually quite impressive. He has a little machine that's able to carve, like precision carve. It's like a hand crank, but it's not like it's there's more gears, and like he cranks it from one end and sort of like sets things, and it like the gears move it down and then back up. It's quite a little invention, and the replica is spot on.
I give the replica to Gertruda. Say, please do not lose this. But this is you could use my house. Yada yada.
Very well. I thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Of course. If you want to discuss with Gawain, I'm sure he'll let you know what food and supplies he's left behind for you.
I'm going to say that Gawain probably spent a little bit of the morning just cooking a bunch of food to leave, basically for Gertruda while we're gone.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Yeah. With that settled, she heads off to go clear her head a little bit.
Riss has any. Riss would have locked up any specifically dangerous spell components or items that they had left in their any experimentation, anything that they had that they weren't actually like actively working on. They would have left in their like desk, just like locked up, so she couldn't like hurt herself with them.
Makes sense. All right.
And if need be, Ivor can probably make you a safe.
Maybe eventually. There's not enough left behind that it would like it's a big issue right now. It's just kind of like stuff that they aren't actively using, stuff that they were working on for the library and whatnot. They keep all the important shit on them.
All right. Yes, as she steps away, the issue of Mother and Vasilisa and Strahd weighs heavily on everyone's mind. What do?
Oh shit, I gotta fuck. Riss over breakfast. Writes a note to Ludmilla. Forgetting. Fuck. With the whole thing, I forgot. I forget. Did I send Ludmilla a note saying that we were moving on to the whole Ludmilla problem?
I think so. That feels familiar.
So my note will say, we're going to try to get to the gems today. We're going to try diplomacy first. But with our history with both Mother and the Druids, we don't believe that it is going to go well. So, would you be amenable to helping us transport Mother to a separate location so we can subdue her without the backup of her army of Druids?
And that's just with the
Yeah, just a note
bag of holding.
through the bag of holding.
It's a few moments before the crinkle of paper signifies you have mail. And
Pull it out.
written in her script, that is fine. Do you need me to accompany you, or will you notify me when you're ready to extract? If and when you're ready to extract.
I asked the group, do we want Ludmilla to come with us? Or do we want to just give Ludmilla the signal and she will go from there?
Not for nothing, I don't dislike Ludmilla anymore specifically.
I
But
don't.
if she were to come, it would certainly make diplomacy that much harder.
Yeah. I'll just give her a go.
But let her know that specifically we need her to teleport us and Mother, when you give her the signal.
Okay.
Can she teleport an unwilling target?
That's a good question.
I write back. Well, I'll just use the same piece of paper, like just scrawled on the bottom of the paper. I'll send you a go. Does your teleportation work with unwilling subjects?
Oh yes, that is not a problem.
Do we have a location in mind? Did we think of a location?
Oh, I thought we were going to use her lab.
Oh, right. Okay. So I will send a note back. We're just trading notes at this point. We'll send you a go if things go south. If they don't go south, I will send you a note via this, as we are doing now. If things do go south, we would like you to transport Mother and us, the party, to your lab. Because we figure that is far enough away that no one will be able to get her help.
Very well. I will be ready.
Thank you for your assistance. We will be in touch. Or I will be in touch.
Really quickly, where's B team in all of this?
Where is B team? You guys brought him back.
Probably
And
blue water, right?
yeah, blue water.
So they're
I didn't have room for them, guys. Like my apartment's only so big, right?
Mhm.
You guys get priority.
And we appreciate that.
Of course.
What if we, as a backup, what if we have B team go to the tower, so that if we do have to go in, we automatically have backup?
I think from a mechanical standpoint, that's great. I think from a story standpoint, it's really funny to be like, hey, you four, you do whatever we tell you, just go there and wait, and we may not even show up at all.
Also, I don't know if they'll be able to get there in time if we're gonna do this today.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, it's like a 10-hour.
Yeah.
No, it's a
And also,
5-hour
it's like-
hike. So, yeah.
Like
We need to do
Nedro-
this like as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So I
And-
don't think that's necessarily that's. Also, they need to rest, guys. Like they have been
Oh,
through
that's
it.
true.
This
They
wasn't my plan, it was Gawain's plan. Don't say you guys.
Gawain, they need to rest. They need to take a break. We can deal with it. It's fine. We got this. We're good at things. We have a backup plan. Look at us being smart and having a backup plan for when things inevitably don't work.
It's not that bad of a plan, guys. Cut me some slack.
I
think
have
it's a
total
great plan.
trust in you, Ned. I don't trust her. And I don't trust her not to try and swindle us in the process.
Yeah, probably. Gawain,
We
did you
don't
ever
know-
get that flag made?
I was about to say we should, after we leave here, we should check in with Alice and see how much progress she's made. She may have made more progress than you'd think. I
What
think
was Alice making again?
the white flag with the snowdrop on it.
Oh, right.
A banner. Short
My
of
thing
peace.
is, she and Surada had a conversation with. We don't know what they said, and they don't know what we don't know what they talked about. We don't. There's a lot of things we don't know, and I don't trust her.
I don't think you should. But I think we need to establish something.
No, I
Regardless-
agree.
Whatever conversation she did have with Strahd, I can assure you it was probably more threatening than anything else. So our purpose is really to figure out a way around that fear.
So, I have a question. How is Ludmilla supposed to teleport straight to us if she doesn't know where we are?
Doesn't she know that we're going to the druid's place?
Yeah, she knows where we're going.
Well, I mean, that's a vague location. Like, what if we're on one side of it and she teleports to the other side?
Then we hold out until she teleports us.
Okay.
I can't make it perfect, okay? I can do my best, but
And you're doing a great job, sweetie.
thank you, Nedro. I'm going to take that as a compliment.
I'm gonna allow you to think that was sincere.
No, I know it wasn't. Fuck you. But no, we should also definitely try to use the fact that the world is falling apart. And they are pretty close to the edge of it, so they should be feeling those effects, and hopefully that will encourage them when we try to use diplomacy. And I will
Okay,
not be the
so-
person speaking, because I don't do that.
Yeah. Also,
Um,
druids famously like the world, so it shouldn't be too difficult.
Hey, the land is falling
It's
apart.
like where all the nature is, you know?
Give us the gems so we can boot her out and fix it, please. Thank you. We're sorry for murdering your people. It wasn't our fault. You know, the usual stuff. Did Yana laugh at that?
No, that was just me.
Oh, okay.
But she
Briss
probably
is
would
concerned
have.
about Yana.
Okay, so our arguments are world's falling apart. You're on the edge of it. Help us so we can help you put the Fanes back in their rightful place.
We think.
I mean, yes, but we don't have to emphasize how much we only think that. I'm not saying straight
No.
up. We don't have to
No,
lie about them. It's a theory, but we also shouldn't emphasize that it's only a theory.
correct.
Honestly, aren't you like 90% sure?
Excuse me.
Okay,
But did
lie.
sorry, who was that to?
That was to Riss.
Oh, sorry, what'd you say?
Like, aren't you like 90% sure that that's kind of what's going on here? You know, somehow Strahd used this to get the Faith out of power, and we can attempt to reverse that.
I am 100% sure that Strahd is connected to the power that the Thanes once held. From what we have learned in the tome, I think the Thanes were already out of power when he got here. And I'm not sure we'll be able to bring them back. I am 100% sure that power has to go into someone or something. Like, there has to be a vessel for it, more than likely. I don't know if we're going to be able to reinstate that into the Thanes if they are already permanently gone for whatever reason. Right, Dan? Because, like, the church existed already when Strahd was coming in, and so...
Yeah. Based on your research, the Thanes were a dead religion long before Strahd ever stepped foot here.
Yeah, so
But
I'm
does
not...
Does a dead religion just mean that they weren't something that was slumbering but still had some kind of power?
I don't know. I'm not the religious one. Looks at Gawain.
Gawain smiles blankly.
You know, Gawain,
At
I feel
least
like
you're
you-
pretty.
Gawain, I feel like you pick and choose when you're smart, because sometimes you come up with the most brilliant things, and then other times,
There's
I know
not
my
the thoughts
goddess.
behind-
I know my goddess. I don't know other ones.
I can't fault you for that. But anyways, the point being, if the Thanes are gone, whether that means they are dead or they have relinquished their hold on this mortal coil and have moved on and will not return, that is a possibility, and we should definitely consider that as we make our plans and proceed. I don't think we need to necessarily tell that to Mother, but I think a good talking point would be that we are trying to reinstate the Thane's power into someone who would use it to the benefit of the land.
we'd have to
Better
be
than Strahd does.
we have to be careful about saying it could be anyone, because I could easily see Mother wanting to be that person.
I agree.
This is why I am not the one speaking. I just make the plans. That's your job.
You know I was going to go to school for this, right? I guess
Well, at
life's
least
the teacher now.
At least she went to school for something.
No, I didn't go to school. I was going to go to school.
Oh.
Then I got stuck with this staff and all this bullshit. He's like points everything around.
Speaking of the staff, what damage type are you choosing for,
Oh,
for
shit.
your resistance?
Remind me again. I think it was necrotic, but what kind of damage do these druids typically use?
They are...
I mean, they can use everything because they're druids, but what pattern do I see?
Piercing, I think.
There's a lot of piercing.
So I would say
Um,
also maybe poison.
And poison
I'm already
another one.
I'm resistant to poison by dwarfdom.
Yes, piercing's a common one, as is...
They hit us
piercing,
with
slashing.
Yeah, because they hit us
Alright.
with thorn whips. They hit us with spike growth. They hit us with needle lords.
Yeah, I'll take piercing.
Yeah,
Look at the needle
piercing.
words.
Okay.
I mean, actually, it's fine. I have blight, but Fuck your plants.
Fuck your druids and the plants they rode in on. But yes. Absolutely. All right, so piercing it is. Continue plotting.
Anyways, we should start moving if we're going to do this.
Yes, we should go to Alice's post haste.
Is Yana here with us?
Yeah, I would have arrived
Okay.
by now.
Okay. I was just double checking. Yana, did you have any notes, additions, things you needed to do before we left Vallaki?
I think I'm settled for now.
Cool. And you're good to do this today?
Better than sitting around thinking about what just happened.
True.
Yeah. Off to Alice's.
All right. Excuse me. Alice's doesn't look to be open. But with a rap on the door, there's clamor and commotion, and she swings the door wide. Oh, come in. I have your flag done. And she just sort of like nimbly moves in a grandmotherly way. No walker, no sort of hunch or hobble. She's just the lithest of gilfs you've ever seen. She's also like 4'10". She's tiny. She's a dwarf of a woman. She's shorter than your dwarf.
I imagine she probably had like something of a hunchback at this age in her life, and that's probably a little bit gone. So she's maybe taller.
Yeah, she was shorter before this.
Yeah. Like she was like 4'6" before.
Mm-hmm. For sure. But yes, and she shows you a beautifully crafted, hand embroidered, druid peace flag. And I hope this is to your liking.
It is lovely, Alice. Thank you very, very much.
Oh, it is. Oh, my pleasure.
Gawain looks at it. Is the actual like shaft of the flag, is that made of the rock bone?
Yes.
Or the rock feather? Like the actual. Okay, cool.
Use a little rock boning.
Okay.
Listen, we could all use a little rock boning. But yes, flag in hand, ready to go.
Boom, into the bag of holding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's with all this going on, it's probably 10:30, 11 o'clock. Late morning by the time you guys kick it out of here. Gawain, you're pretty tall. Pretty big guy. Leading the charge here. And you guys are off to the Druids, question mark?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Heading off. Let's see. Cross the river, cross the bridge that was once covered by brown mold. You get to the crossroads at about 40 minutes in or so. And 12s are in the next layer down. I never roll a 12.
I have a dumb question, DM.
Yes.
So you're allowed to ritual cast in the back of a wagon. Can you ritual cast on the back of a mount?
No, not on a mount. You don't have the space to spread out.
Okay.
Oh, I also cast my mage armor for the day.
Okay. Good, good, good. Oh, I
I
forgot
also
to update.
do this.
Actually,
I forgot
interesting.
to update the Hujamawali. You can cast mage armor through the book, remember?
Yeah.
Question, DM. What if that, just hypothetically, what if that ritual didn't require any material components? Like you didn't have to lay shit out.
Which one did you have in mind?
Speak with animals. I just wanted to have it like basically just as we're like if I like as we're walking, I'm on Orion. I'd like to just ritual cast it every so often. Like every because how long does it last? Like an hour, 10 minutes? What?
10 minutes.
Oh God! So it's a 10-minute casting time, and you get 10 minutes out of it.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, for this, since it doesn't have any materials, I would let you do it. So we'll just say that if you want to be doing something, more than likely,
Just because we've had so many run-ins with wolves and other things that we could never solve diplomatically without Sunflower. And Sunflower was so obviously, kind of fucked off ethereally a lot of the time.
But yes, we'll say that if you run into animals, it will be during this 10-minute window, since you're doing it every 10 minutes to ritual cast. Yes.
Awesome.
As you guys approach, the river crossroads, the gallows, the gallows sitting there with the ropes and the nooses swaying in the breeze. There are no figures on them. No scarecrows, no victims, nothing. And off to the side, there is a there's a couple of graves here and there, but there's one that looks new, freshly cut, freshly placed. The details are sharp, and there's no growth or moss on it.
Can I do an investigation?
Yeah, you can step up to it and take a look. What are you looking for?
Said it's new. I'll actually cast without ritual because I don't want to hold up the group. Detect magic. Wait, hold on. Before yeah, I do have that. Yep.
Oh, that's so funny.
All right, so you're casting detect magic. Poof, goes off. Looking around, nothing pings within 30 feet.
Without either without even rolling, I just tell the group this is new and looks a bit off.
Am I getting any weird vibes off of the grave, or is it just feels like a grave?
Like, what kind of vibes are you talking?
Like any um I don't know, do I like sense any like energy or shift, like energy shift or anything like that, like something that you would expect to feel like that uncomfortable feeling around undead? Or better yet, is my helm lit up? Is there an undead within 30 feet of me?
Within 30 feet?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't say anything about cover.
Let me triple check.
When at least one undead is within that area, which is a 30-foot emanation, the emanation is filled with dim light. Any undead that starts its turn in that area takes 1d6 radiant damage. Nothing of cover.
Yeah. No. Nothing there.
Okay.
Just for shits and giggles, I did roll for investigation. Um, I did roll a 20.
What were you looking for in particular with the investigation with the grave?
Just to double check if like the soil and the earth was like settled, but like we've been through this passage several times.
Mm-hmm.
This is new. And then I hesitate for a second before asking this question because I don't want to do it. But we can if we want to. And I turn to the group and ask, do we want to potentially desecrate this burial, or do we leave it alone?
I think we should probably just leave it alone. There's nothing undead down there. If there was, I think my helm would be letting us know. So,
As you guys approach, you do get to read the gravestone. There's a good bit on it. It says, Dimitri, free your body and soul, unfold your powerful wings, climb up the highest mountains, kick your feet up in the air. You may now live forever or return to this earth, unless you feel good where you are. Missed by your friends, but not your wife.
Do we know a Dimitri?
Riz just starts laughing.
Oh. I guess this Dimitri was a shitty husband.
Hey, don't explain.
Neither does Yana.
Gawain just looks, confused.
For once, Ned is sharing that confused with Gawain. Like, oh.
I actually roll for it. Ivor doesn't know what's going on.
Well, it's, there apparently is a joke to get.
Yeah, I get that. I just don't get
that
it.
part, that's, because it's fun. Above table, if you look down the first letters of each of those lines.
Ah. But who's M?
MN.
What?
Who's
Well,
MN?
If you look down the
Oh.
first letter, there's an M left.
Yeah, depending on how you have your text formatted, how
Yes.
how wide a
It's just the
Okay,
capital
let me
letters.
see.
Yeah. For the chat, it says "fuck you."
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Free
Yeah.
unfold climb kick, you or unless. Apparently his wife is the one who made this gravestone and inscription. But yes, you guys continue on through these crossroads. About 40 minutes. And you continue. Coming up to the fork in the road. Yana, go and roll a d20 for me.
Okay. 7.
7. It's peaceful. This chattering of forest life, animals. It's a good feeling. It's calming, peaceful. The small animals make you feel good. I don't know if it's unclear if they appeal to your bestial nature and you feel a kinship with them, or if you're like cat and mouse and you like having the mice around. However, oh my gosh,
Who's
jeez,
that?
it's me. I'll stop playing with this.
Gotta love our toys.
Okay. But the journey to this point is peaceful and calm.
Okay.
Let's see. As you guys approach you continue upward, curving around, just as you are about to pass the destroyed bridge to Kresk. Excuse me. Risk, go ahead and give me a d20 roll.
Nine.
9. Continuing
It's
peacefully.
almost 10.
Continuing peacefully, you can almost forget that this is a dread land ruled by a dread lord, who you are trying to reclaim for this land to keep itself from rending into oblivion. It's a nice place in its heyday, in its glory days. A fine prize. You guys continue. Let's see. Halfway there. Ned, go and roll a d20 for me.
I don't know if it's good, but I got a 20.
Natural 20. Go and roll a d8 and a d12.
Damn it.
Is that how many healing potions we get?
It is.
That's how many Tarasques we fight.
How many Strahds appear?
Oh God, please no.
If you give Strahd a fucking
I got
echo, I'm going to lose my mind.
Shadow
I got a-
clone jutsu.
I got a 3 on the D8 and a 5 on the D12 for an 8 total.
A familiar rattling of bones greets you around a curve.
The friendly kind.
They jangle in a enticing way, and striding outward is a large bipedal form. Actually, yeah, we already did that. Bipedal form, 2 human legs, but it just rises. Its torso is entirely disproportionately too long, rising up to a horse's head, and it has 3 sets of. It has 2. No, what does it have? It has a set of human arms and 2 sets of horse legs, just sort of hanging there like arms. It is walking on its 2 human legs, and it has a small tail with a human skull at the end, almost like a giraffe rig.
Has it seen us?
As it rounds the corner, it sees you, you see it.
I hate
And
it.
it
This sounds
stands
familiar.
there, looking menacingly. And
Was
just
it walking in this direction in general?
Yes, it's walking opposite you on this path.
I motion for the entire party to step aside to the opposite side of the road where it is.
Gladly.
Yep.
An indication of you don't fuck with us, you don't fuck with you. Let's just move on.
I'm going.
Without
I'm
saying
going.
those.
Yeah. I am going to take my grappling hook and move it the fuck out of the way.
Your helm lights up.
Again.
Oh shit! It's
You're
gonna.
gonna try and grapple it again?
No, no, I'm not. I'm trying to not do that.
Mm.
Uh,
Leave it
I'm.
alone.
I'm gonna try to back up into the woods area, like what, 40 feet?
Backing into the woods. This horse head just sort of follows and watches you slowly with its gaze until the light is no longer spilling out onto the roadway. And in a blur of motion, it drops to all 8 and just like screams through, just like all the way through. In a split second, it is 60 feet past you. Lightning fast.
So it moved away from it. Okay, great.
Yes, it moves, it passes you and continues going.
I hate that thing so much.
I
Truly.
Yeah, I do too. What the fuck, man?
Mm-hmm.
Right, continuing onward.
Oh.
You see the vineyard up and in the distance off to your right. The ruined house and large, spreading, dead-ish looking tree planted in the ruins of this caved-in house. Gawain, roll me a d20.
Jesus. 14.
14. After that, you are none too keen on running into anything else. And you continue onward, keeping your eyes open. Everyone give me a perception check, as you are now in Druid country.
Smell?
Take the flag out.
You can do smell if you would like.
I'm going to take the flag out now that we're close and basically just jam it into, like, work it through the shield so that I can hold the shield up and it has just a flag coming off of it up top.
Nat 20 for a 25.
Nice.
Cool. I got a 2.
13.
2, 13, nat 20.
Ned is still just like that fucking skeleton horse. Oh God! Why would
How many
someone
different
make
ways
this?
how many different ways can it put itself together?
Why would someone make this?
Orion got a 22, and Gawain got a 9.
Okay. Ivor?
You and your baby.
After looking at Gawain do his little shenanigan and having like flashbacks, he actually got a 19.
19. All right. So, as you unfurl this flag, 19, natural 20, you guys both clock that there's a couple of druids around here. They are in deep cover, deep camouflage, like, and the 22 also catches them. like ghillie suit, sort of like heaped up mud on top of them all that's open, or their eyeballs, kind of see like they're like embedded in here into the land, keeping an eye out, and they see the flag and they don't move.
Just to make sure the flag is seen and visible, because we're not trying to hide. We're doing the exact opposite. We're trying to fucking announce our fucking presence.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cast light on the top of it, and just
Nice.
put a little sun on top.
Okay, easy
So that
enough
it's
to
just
do.
a-
Absolutely.
Just a nice beacon.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the wind picks up and it flaps and holds itself out. And you guys approach along this effectively a game trail, up to this hill that is dangerously close to the disintegrating barrier.
Right.
This should have gone long ago. There's something there. Your timetable has been changed. It wasn't just like a straight calculation. Something happened to add time or adjust the rate of decay. But regardless, this should have died long ago, and it has not. However, it's fast approaching.
It seems like the timetable, even though it has been changed, like they are still feeling the pressure of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all we need.
Yes, and as you guys approach, you can see that there's movement on the hill.
Okay.
They seem to be aware of your presence. They see you coming, and they are organizing. And that's what we'll take a quick break. So let's do 10 tonight, just to hopefully recoup a little bit of time. So about 33 or so, 33, 35, somewhere in that time frame. Let's reconvene and we'll continue this adventure. So
Sounds good.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. And those of you who were live and are now finishing up on the VOD, that's okay. I see you. It's late. I'm sometimes in bed by this. I'm often in bed by this time otherwise. But game night is game night, and I love it. That's what coffee's for. Tomorrow morning. So last we left off, the party had dealt with a little bit of an episode. Yana was having a moment. First thing after coming out of the book, they dealt with that. Confirmed the plan once again with Mother to try to negotiate, but also be ready to yoink her out of there because brute force doesn't seem to be as effective a strategy in every circumstance as some people would hope. So, why did that banner come up over here? Wrong window. Anyway, so the party began to travel toward the Druid Hill, encountering a new grave on the way at the crossroads of the Luna River crossroads, and continuing on and running into another skeletal rider, which they have encountered several times now. And it seems each time they encounter one, the bones are reconfigured into a new structure every time. This most recent one being a large bipedal, but then also eight-legged at some points figure with just a incredibly long torso and chest, with a horse head and a human skull tail. It's good stuff. We love Barovia, guys. Imagine growing up here and this just being normal. Oh, we saw the rider again. What did he look like this time? You're not going to believe it. He had ribs coming out of his eyes. It was great. But continuing onward and letting him pass, uneventfully this time, luckily. The party clocked a couple of druids who are deep cover, but saw their peace flag and decided to let them go and let Mother decide what to do. As they approach the hill, signs of activity at their destination indicate that they have seen a goal. An open dialogue and diplomatic mission is the goal here, so sneaking is counterproductive. But as they ready for your approach, you guys slowly begin the incline and ascent up to the top of this hill.
As we get to the point where we're about to ascend, Gawain just makes sure that everyone who needs it has been, they have a little snack before we go in, just so that we're not getting low blood sugar. Just making sure that everyone's good, and I'd like to give 4 of my bardic inspirations out, if that's okay, DM.
Yeah, absolutely. They last now an hour under the new rules.
Correct. So each of you has a D6 bardic inspiration.
Got it.
Use it to not die.
All right. Inspiration to everybody as you approach. So, as you come out, come up the hill, a couple of druids, and there's a couple of druids, there's a couple of the monks and the barbarians, who approach and sort of receive you. And within 30 feet, but not right on top of you. There are a couple of Needle Lords. It appears a strong front has been presented, but in honor of the potential peace signified by your flag, they're keeping their forces on the outskirts of a drop of a hat.
Seeing the druids actually responding as well as they are to the flag from the corner of his mouth towards Gawain. Remind me to give Alice an amazing gift when we get back.
She's an amazing woman, I agree. Her talents are unfucking paralleled.
I'll make sure to officiate the wedding.
I'm just saying, look at the stitch work.
Mm-hmm.
You are escorted up the hill through. There's several steps. There's several zones. There's toward the base. There's like catacombs and graves. Then some rocky, almost like highland-ish areas where there's a lot of steps and it's very stair-steppy. That you sort of wind your way through and pick through, climb up over. You guys also notice that this land is primed for spike growth. It doesn't hurt and it doesn't pierce and penetrate your footwear, but there's a carpet of like embryonic brambles everywhere. So at the drop of a hat, it could be yoinked and just sort of like turned into this crisscross of death. You continue upward and crest onto toward the top of the hill, where it's a little bit more of like an even playing field, where you've spent the most of the time fighting last time, and then you are ultimately escorted into the keep of the upper area where you originally met with Mother. There is a pathway cutting through with this 10-15 foot elevated bit. It's almost like the road was eroded through and down into the hill. But you're led up onto the upper area, and where there was once a large open space. Let me see if there's a map for this. No, I didn't upload that map. There is off to the side. There is a large wicker man. Players might recognize it from various Celtic and pagan rituals. A large human form, almost like an effigy to be burned, but it's just a large bipedal humanoid form. It would be closer to huge, mechanically on the map, but it's a big boy. It looks like it's still in the process of being constructed, and there's no light in its eyes, there's no animation anywhere. Work in progress. You suspect this is what started immediately after you left, and what distracted the druids to create your opening. They hopped on this project right away. It's been days, and they are well on their way. But Mother approaches, flanked by flanked by 3 monks and 3 barbarians. And there are some druids on the outskirts, a good 30 to 60 feet back. But yes, Mother approaches with her gem, and gem between her shoulder blades. We saw that you come in peace. I felt it worthy of respecting the gesture. Why have you come?
I'll nod towards Gawain, then look towards Mother, say, well, hello, Mother. And yes, we do come in peace. And thank you for meeting us peacefully. So the reason we wanted to speak with you is because, as I'm sure you've noticed, very quickly, if I look visually, you said that like the well disintegration has like kind of paused. If I look in any given direction, can I see it though?
Yes. Yes. It hasn't stopped. By Riss's math, this land should have been consumed long ago. It's for whatever reason it hasn't spread as predicted, but it is still actively. You see some trees slowly drifting up, much closer, much larger than you've been to the world border before.
Good. So I'll continue. As I'm sure you've noticed, and I'll like gesture with my hand towards like one of the areas of disintegration. The land here, well, Barovia, is slowly being disintegrated. Unfortunately, starting with your section of land. We understand why this is happening, and we wanted to put a stop to this. And we certainly would love to sit down and explain to you both what's happening and our plan, as I'm sure our goals were this align.
Give me a persuasion check.
Damn, already? I didn't want to already use it.
Oh. Shit, what was I going to say?
Say something paladin-y.
I know, I lost my train of thought there. Shit. What was the last thing you said, Nedro?
We want to our this is one of those cases where our interests align, something along those lines. After saying, we want to both explain what's going on and tell her the plan for what we're going to do about it.
Gawain is just going to it basically is going to drop the light cantrip just so it's not fucking blinding everybody in the vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
We do not hold your previous actions against you. You were in an impossible spot where you had to make a decision to save lives, and I can certainly empathize with such a decision. I find it regrettable that we were put on opposite ends and not as friends, but know that we do not hold a grudge against you. We simply wish to discuss our interests and decide if they align enough to work together for the betterment of the valley.
You may make it with advantage.
Nat 20 for a
Nat
29.
20.
Which is good because my other roll is a 7. Which would have still been a 16, by the way, but still.
Nat 20.
I mean,
Mother sort of nods and purses her lips in a contemplative look and sort of motions for you guys to sort of like step into a slightly tighter circle, an area with her, as do her bodyguards. They step up into this circle, And she raises her hands, and the gems glow, and the earth itself sort of elevates you up a good 10-15 feet. And you are now sort of like sitting just at the shoulder, just below the shoulders of this wicker man. And as the earth lifts up, like stones rise up out of the ground to provide seating, and a little makeshift area rises for you. Mother also pulls out almost like a sculpted, grown teapot made out of wood, which immediately begins to heat and steam and squeal, and she provides some light refreshments. With this natural 20, she is not only open and listening to what you have to say, she is more than happy to facilitate a peaceful conversation.
Perfect. Upon seeing this, remind me, between the druids, especially the druids and Mother, have we seen any like gestures they do of respect, bowing or anything like that, or some kind of saying with their hands, anything?
Bows, head bows,
Okay.
just simple things.
So I'll do a short bow, and then approach and does she look like she's gonna take a seat herself?
Yes, she does.
Shit, I'm trying to remember if it makes more sense. I'll allow her to sit first, I guess.
That would be the sign of respect, yeah.
Right. I'll allow her to sit first before taking my own seat.
Her guards remain standing around her, but there are plenty of seats for everyone to join and partake in their refreshments. They are brewed off of the flower petals of a couple of blossoms that are druid crafted in her hand, and then directly into the teapot and provided to you guys. It's light and citrusy and very, very insubstantial.
Cool. Keep in mind, if drinking this tea makes me have to make saving throws against being poisoned, I do have advantage. Dwarfdom.
Gawain's going to, as the tea is being poured, is just going to pull out some of the baked goods he made the previous night, and just start placing a couple of those on the table just for anyone to have, the party or their guards or Mother, whoever.
You have caught my attention. What is your understanding of this situation? What do you seek to do to rectify it?
Right. Well, to begin, I suppose before I do start, do you know why this is going on? I just want to know if I need to explain every thing that we understand, or if you're already aware of the situation.
Well, the land is sick. It is dying. It is cut off from its source, and it is unable to sustain itself. Truthfully, I was hoping that this Strahd would be able to offer herself as the necessary sustenance, and she may yet prove capable.
Well, Specifically, when it comes to whether this land survives, unfortunately, the most you can do is slow down the process, but it's still going to occur.
Do I have you? Where do you find this? How do you know this?
Well, as I am the one speaking for our group, but as is Gawain, but that is because we're generally more better orators than some of our other party members. But Riss here, and I'll gesture to them, is probably one of the most brilliant people I know. They have been studying deeply the history of Barovia, the magic here, and Strahd. And through their hard work, as well as the work of many people who've been assisting us, we've put together not only what's going on here, but how we can stop it. So, as you probably already know, well, and I'm sure you, well, you best of all do know, this land belonged to the Fanes several years ago, or several centuries ago. At some point, the magic of this land was disconnected from the Fanes, and sometime later, Strahd connected himself to the land. And as much as our group doesn't like Strahd, it was his connection to this land that kept it from being destroyed as it is right now.
Yes, it was.
Quick pause. Timeline-wise, how long ago did Strahd disappear?
2 weeks,
Yeah, that sounds
give or
right.
take.
Mm-hmm.
About 2 weeks ago, something strange happened. Which, considering what Barovia is like, that's saying something. But somehow, Strahd disappeared. Which I'm led to believe is quite odd, as he's generally not allowed to leave Barovia. None of the people in his castle could find him, and neither could we. Which initially I was overjoyed about, because he is no friend of mine. But it turns out his disappearance caused a disconnection between himself and the land, leading to... Correct. All right, I'll amend that. He disappeared from the land, which initially didn't seem like it would be that drastic of a thing to occur. But shortly after that, the world started to disintegrate, as you're seeing right now. Then a few days passed, and Strahd appeared. And as I'm sure when you've met with her, you probably noticed some similarities between her and Strahd.
Yes, very much so. Many of his less savory qualities have found their way into her as well.
Mother, what do you know of the multiverse theory?
I, with... in... These words mean nothing to me. I can infer from your context, but...
Simply put, there is an idea that there are an infinite number of universes, each consisting of a different variation of reality. Our theory is that Strahd was ejected into Strahda's reality, and Strahda was ejected into Strahd's reality, ours.
And not only did they switch places, but think about them as the same person from each one of those realities.
Certainly seems like that.
So upon Strahda, this is why Strahda was able to some extent, take Strahd's place with connecting to the land. But I suppose even the small differences of being from one of those other realities wasn't enough to completely stop this process from occurring.
We believe that it paused it or slowed the process down, but it when she is ultimately incapable of fully bonding with the land to stop the destruction from happening.
So
Our goal... Sorry, go ahead.
There is no hope that she can bring balance to this land?
Well,
If there was, she would have already done it, I believe.
and also considering how far the process has been going on, like, and again, I gesture to like how close it is to where they live. I don't think it would be prudent to give her more time to figure it out, because it might be too late by then, if she can do it at all.
Mother, you are on the edge of a world that is falling apart, that is disintegrating. You can see this with your eyes. Something is amiss and something must be done. We believe we have... It is the best solution presented so far, and we believe it genuinely can work. But it will require the cooperation of, well, us, you, and maybe more.
Somebody give me a persuasion check with advantage.
I'll do it. I think it's +9. Yeah. It's a natural 20.
Of course it is.
Um,
Cutting my way downtown, rolling fast.
Hauling ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
And I'm motherbound. Down, 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 down.
She sits back into her seat and sips, takes a long sip from her teacup, her little wooden teacup. Sets it back on the saucer. And sort of leans in ever so slightly. What are you proposing?
Well, and this is the part that's going to take a lot of trust between everyone working together on this. As much as it pains me to say, we need to bring this land Strahd back and get rid of Strahda.
That
Doing
seems reasonable.
It does. Doing so would require a very specific ritual, requiring a very specific spell, and very specific components.
for the sake of openness and honesty, on your part, we would require the use of the gems. We would not require you at all to part from these items. just simply having your assistance, having you focus these things as a, well, quite literally a catalyst for change.
So you need me present? You need me participating? What do you mean?
We don't necessarily need you participating, but we do need the gems. Your participation would be optional. I understand if you'd like to be present in order if it's a trust issue. But the magic itself would just require these gems to attempt to shun Strahd out of our reality back to hers and get Strahd back. With the plan, unfortunately, to connect him back to this land himself.
You will need all of them?
Essentially, what we would be trying to do. Strahd cannot connect to the land fully because she does not belong to this land.
Yeah.
The land is. I believe the land, like, gesturing to, like, the degrading, is slowly rejecting her. Essentially, what we would be doing is using the gems to speed up the process and fully rejecting her. The theory would be that the rejection would expel her from our land and send her back to where she belongs. And in doing so, to balance the action, as when they switched originally, they would switch again, and it would bring our Strahd back to this land. We require the gems to perform the ritual, and we have a plan for we believe the highest chance of success for this to happen would be for specifically Ned and I to be working on the ritual itself. But if you wish to be present, obviously, we are more than willing.
I suspect you do not know very much about our way of life. We keep to ourselves.
Just because we do not know does not mean we are unwilling to learn.
I understand. You seem to be working under the assumption that these gems are a prize that I can surrender if I feel so inclined. 2 of them came to me by way of our last encounter, but I was birthed from the 3rd. I cannot exist without it.
Riss, would we be able to conduct the ritual?
New
with the
information,
gems?
DM. Can I run the numbers?
You'd have to get up close and personal with the gem to understand how it works. Like, you'd have to basically do an exam with Mother.
You could identify it.
Can I may I examine the gems? It would help me know
what Riss is trying to say is, this is brand new information for us. We weren't aware that your life was literally connected to one of them. But as I mentioned before, Riss is probably one of the most brilliant people I know. So if anyone can figure out a way to properly utilize this spell without causing you any harm and achieving our goal, it's them. And again, coming in peace as we are, I would hope that you would give them the opportunity to better study the gem, let them do a bit of research, and I'm sure they can come up with a solution that will accomplish the goal that we have set in mind to save this land and save your people.
Somebody give me a persuasion check with advantage.
I can go.
Not
Yeah, you got it, buddy.
I'm a sniper, but I don't have good perception. So you got
Dirty 20, and
Got it.
I'm going to use the bardic.
Awesome.
Okay.
23.
23.
Ivor, you could flash a genius out if you want.
I'll go for it.
What's that?
All right.
Plus 4?
Jeez.
Yeah.
So 27.
Go ahead and mark it off. 27.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
Okay, I
would
will.
appreciate it if you would refrain from any invasive procedures.
No, of course. I'm just. I might cast a singular spell, but it'll only tell me what the magic about the item is. And I will begin examining, and through the process, I will cast Identify, not as a ritual.
Okay.
I will expend the spell slot.
It was either going to be you or me.
This isn't a magic item in the traditional sense. It is more of a battery.
Oh boy.
Like a material that has great power
And great
within
responsibility.
it. And it exactly. And great responsibility. Yes, that is correct. It in the same way that it sustains the land, it has animated the land to provide a caretaker for the land in Mother. But you now understand why you have you grasp why these gems are going to be, why they're so central and necessary to this ritual, because this is a power far beyond any arcana that you have the capability of wielding. Perhaps more than you ever will have the capability of wielding.
And essentially, okay.
The other question that you were asking, to get an understanding, can you use this with Mother without removing it from Mother? No, because Mother is, as much as Mother looks like a shell that is being walked around, she's a limb. She's a body part. She's an extension of it.
Mm-hmm.
And to
removing, I guess the question would be not necessarily could we remove it, could someone else
can you tap
channel
into it?
the magic with her present? Like, is that, well, would Ned still be able to use these gems as we need to use them if she allows it?
And would it hurt her to do so, by the way?
Yeah.
It's doubtful that you'd be able to connect in the primal way that you would need to, the fundamental way, with it being So to animate Mother is its sole focus right now. It is protecting and it's keeping the land through her, and so it's funneling its full energy into her.
Right. Okay.
So to divert would be to necessarily harm her. And it's
Would she be able... So wait. If we...
Go ahead.
Okay, so we can't separate her from the gem, obviously. That's a no-go. Is casting this spell at all gonna hurt her? To divert and...
You're not sure that you'd be able to cast it without all three
No, if
gems.
she casted it.
Could she cast it?
Yeah.
No, because she's not a thing. You're coming to realize that she's a hand. She's not a creature.
Fuck.
So wait, to be clear, if we were to, let's say, utilize the 2 gems and her as the 3rd gem that she happens to be, that would hurt and or kill her, or would require for her to be dead in order for this to work.
Mm-hmm.
Dead, quote unquote. Is there any alternative to that? Like if we were to use some kind of catalyst or anything, or...
Is there anything that could supplement that 3rd gem?
Short answer, no. Longer answer, based on the preliminary theoretical spell and how quickly you're cobbling this together, there was no backup plan. This is a plane that's being built in the air.
Oh boy, okay, so I get the... Okay, great. There's
What
no
is
telepathic
your
bond.
Diagnosis, doctor?
I guess that's technically accurate in this instance, but I don't know how I feel about that. Riz kind of looks at Ned.
Yes. Can I just look at your face and just like, okay.
Like, they can't...
You can message because you have that now.
Right.
It's a whisper though, so I don't
It's a
know like how
whisper.
close we are. Yeah. Like she can see you whispering is a point. I don't know like how far away you are from her.
I'm right there. Like, I am... So...
Are you calling that over?
Yeah.
I'll come over and be like, so, and I'll look at your face.
And it's like... Ned can obviously tell it's not good. Like, they are trying to hide the fact that it's not good, and like, he can tell that they are... Like, my zero deception. They're like, anything I say is gonna say exactly how bad the situation just got.
Okay.
So... Good news. I figured out why the gems would work with the ritual. The gems aren't necessarily like magic items as you would normally conventionally think of them. They're like batteries. They contain magical energy. We would essentially be channeling the magical energy to do what we needed to do to expel her. Because it is a spell powerful enough that, like, not one person themselves could do it. Even if you got as strong as you could potentially get.
Okay, that seems good, but I sense a big but, and not the kind I like.
That's
Sorry, we just learned.
sweet.
Sorry, we just learned in one scene that he likes big butts and Riss cannot lie.
So, Mother is essentially a conduit for the gem.
And I'll look at Mother as is going on to see if, like, their expression shows that, yeah, duh, or like, yeah, I'm aware of this, that kind of stuff.
It's she gives a "I'm with you" sort of nod. Not new information, but not a surprise by any stretch.
Also, probably a big all of the energy in the battery that makes up you is going into the land here. Is probably what has kept the border from coming as close as it has for so long.
That's pretty cool.
To divert that energy would not be good. And it would be extremely harmful to you. No one else can use the energy while it is being diverted to the land.
Yep. So what you're saying is, in order to properly use this spell, Mother would have to disconnect whatever's providing sustenance to this land. In some sense, I guess, revert to just being one of these crystals, and then we would be able to do so. But obviously, in doing so, she would not exist. Would she be able to be reformed after?
I don't know. From what I can tell, the gem essentially provided a guardian for the land, and the guardian is Mother. The best way to think of it, it is best to potentially think of Mother and the gem as the same entity. They are not separate, they are the same. Mother is but the hands of the gem. Not to diminish you as a person or creature or what have you.
No offense taken.
That could be reasoned that the gem would provide a guardian again, potentially, if it felt the need to. But I cannot promise that it would be Mother again, or if it would be someone different, or if this has happened before, and it's I don't know. This is the first time I have really been able to interact with any of the gems, so I don't. This is all new territory for me. I have my theories and I have my thoughts, and this confirms a lot of things, but I can't make any promises.
This definitely complicates what was already a somewhat complicated plan.
Uh-huh. Can we just get a read on what Mother is thinking / feeling in this moment?
Yes. Give me an insight check.
Okay.
I'll do it too, with my +0.
I'd like to join as well.
Yep, anybody who would like to.
I got an 18.
I'm going to use my thing. Hold on.
Don't just whip out your thing.
that you always forget about.
I always forget about. Oh, that's good. Okay.
Got it.
26 total.
Add a +5.
31 total.
+4, isn't it?
+4.
30 total.
So 30 total. With a 30,
And
you're
an
the only
18.
one who meets this. Her she does not have a lot. She doesn't give a lot to read.
She's native bark, so.
Exactly. Grandmother Willow doesn't have a lot of body language. And in a strange twist, the one least effective at articulation in this moment, or one of the less articulate individuals, is the one who understands. And
On multiple levels.
you see that she's processing. She's not... You guys have done very well so far in presenting yourselves as honest, non-combatants. We're here to try to solve this problem. We're not here to steal or take advantage. So she's not taking it the wrong way, for sure. She doesn't sense any subterfuge or suspect any subterfuge. So what you are asking is that I would lay down my life for this land. Yes?
Yes, I don't...
And to trust that you can do what has never been done before.
Yes, I don't... If we don't try, the land will for sure... I mean, you can see, again, points to the land, like, dissolving. It's coming. It is dying. It is trying to reject the Countess. There's nothing... The only thing we can do to potentially stop it and revert it would be to bring Strahd back, and this is the only thing that we think would work.
Would you rather... Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry that news comes with us telling you that this affects you in this way. I honestly did not know. Otherwise, we would have been more upfront about that from the beginning. But if we do not do this, everyone here will die. Regardless. And I know that is shitty to say, for me to stand and say, it is one life for thousands, and that life has to be yours. And I'm sorry for that.
And what tells you that Lady Strahd will not be able to stabilize? She has done great work in reducing and reverting some of the damage caused by her arrival. Perhaps she may yet find new strength, new solutions.
Can I... Because I know... What do I need to do / roll to infer that Strahd gave Mother the other 2 gems?
Gosh, okay, so the first gem was obviously she had the first gem. Second gem was in the dragon. Third gem was in the hut. I don't think Strahd, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Strahd gave them to
No.
Mother.
No.
I think you guys allowed Mother to claim them
Correct.
from where
Yes.
Right,
Elise
okay.
had them.
Sorry, let me rephrase. What do I need to infer that Strahd has come into contact with all 3 gems and connected to the land with all 3? Because that's when she made the big announcement, right?
That was the
Like,
the
we weren't
3
physically there, but like, can I put those pieces together now as like, that's what happened. As a character.
You don't have to roll for it. The gems weren't present as part of the desecrations. You can place Mother and
Okay.
Strahd in different places.
Okay. I can't say for sure that she can't ultimately eventually fix this. What I can say is that we are for sure running out of time.
Well, in the interest of open and upfront information, we are not long for this hill either. We mean to move inward. Buy some more time.
Mother, I wish to ask you, how much time do you think you can really buy yourself? And ultimately, is it worth putting your faith in someone you know would betray you at the drop of a silver? Or would you rather put your trust in someone who has been nothing but honest with you and has even forgiven your transgressions against them?
I suspect I know who you mean by each of your descriptions. But I would say that I have known Strahd to be nothing but trustworthy and gracious to me and to
But
my family.
We're not talking about Strahd.
We are talking about someone who is fractions different.
But ultimately someone who isn't going to be able to get the job done.
That, I respect that is your perspective, but you haven't demonstrated that. They have no reason to believe she is done. She has given up on trying. She may yet succeed.
Is there a way for me to run the numbers on that to see if there is a way for her to succeed? Like, with the little that I know? Is there any way I can, like, magically discredit this?
To debunk it? I don't know that you have enough information to
Yeah,
prove
or
the
to even
opposite.
think like it's like, oh, okay, this might be a possibility. Like lend
You are
credence.
certain it won't work, but can you show your work and prove it? I don't know. That's going to be a tall order. I'm not sure that you have enough. I don't know that anyone has enough know-how to prove that it can't happen.
I hate this. This is like the math teacher saying, "Prove your work."
Yeah.
I was like, is
Okay.
there?
So
Can I? What? Can you remind me why Ludmilla was so sure that it wouldn't work? That way, like, why we needed to get rid of Strahd? I know we discussed it, and in my brain, I'm like forgetting.
It has something to do with Strahd is the land. This is not his land, and sure, it regressed, but it didn't stop. There's no reason to think it's going to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like Mother just has a little bit more hope.
Okay.
What were you saying, Ned?
Oh, I was gonna take a different approach. I kind of lost my train of thought with everything.
So sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, it is so far our belief, a very strong belief that it is as we say. I would like you to consider that our friend Riss here took less than 5 minutes and figured out every single thing about those gems. Didn't take very long, and judging by your reaction, everything they said was correct. They've put vastly more time into figuring this out. If in that small amount of time they figured that much out about the gems, imagine how much they figured out about this given situation. And for them to be this sure means I would put my life on it. And may not mean a lot to you, and generally my life doesn't mean as much to myself either, but these days it's have a very important goal that will put several other people in danger if my life were to end.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Ooh boy.
Could I give my last bardic inspiration to Nedro?
Yes. How do you want to do that?
Sorry, shit. What was the last sentence that Nedro said?
And it's something about how he would stake his life and other people depend on him, so it's not something he does lightly or something like that.
Yeah.
I regularly
And I
as well.
either
Hold on, Ivor. Sorry.
I regularly as well put my life in the hands of every member of my team, and I trust them. When it comes to matters of magic, I do not know anyone that is more of an expert than Riss and Nedro. And I'll just put my hand on Nedro's shoulder and give you a d6.
$19 total before the D6. Plus 6 more is a 25.
Nice.
Am I allowed the D12 we talked about?
Yeah, you haven't used yours yet.
Plus 10 more.
Now is the operative time.
That's a 35.
35. Well done. This was the time. This was the... I would like to applaud Casey. Well done. That was... the way that I... as some of you may have realized, the way that I run a social encounter is you got to put together a coherent argument before you even get the shot at rolling. because it's like, if it doesn't make sense for the NPC, then it's there's no chance. But if you can present something that stirs them and gives me in, while I'm role-playing them, like, I wonder how they'd respond, that's what the role's for. So I could feel a little bit of a wall of like, what's going on here? You have to do something else to really get her to move, and appealing to your appeal to Riss's expertise is exactly what was needed. With a 35, persuading Mother to hope not in Vasilisa, not in Strahd, but in you, in them, in your group. On a 35 is going to do it. And she stands up and takes a sip from her teacup as she turns to survey the. She turns with her back and places her back to the disintegrating land, and turns to survey the valley in front of her and on the other side. And you feel the ground shifting down and resuming its place. He says, I am ancient. I am the land. And yet, the land made me. I am the land. Takes another sip. And I take care, as a mother to her child, and there is a time when all mothers must turn their children into the hands of another, trust that my work is done, and that you will continue to do what needs be done. There is no iris, it's just solid green in her eyes. But there's a somberness and a sadness, almost as though she would be tearing up if she could. The trick is to let go. To hold on, but not too tight. For what is supporting soon becomes suffocating, smothering. And she takes the final sip from her teacup and sets it down on the little earthen table that had been raised in the center of this little circle of you guys. And now the time has come for me to make that choice. And she turns to you, Ress, and looks you in the eye. I will not shrink back from this challenge. I will face it, as all good mothers do. And I will have faith that I have raised a good family. And she holds her hands out to you. for you to put your hands in hers.
I'll take them.
Sort of turns them over, and you hear like the creaking of bark as you see the gems beginning to move and slide. The glow of her eyes as the one in her forehead, so the one in her chest slowly slides down the arm. The one between her shoulders sort of like emerges from where that one started, from where into the same spot, and begins to travel that same path. And they slowly move down into her hands, which are holding yours. These gems are about the size of a large pine cone and are like a gold yellow. And the final gem in her forehead, the one that she had when you met her, the original, or her original, begins to slide down into the heart, where it then travels down the arm as the other two before it did. But as it moves, the light in her eyes fades in proximity, as it loses proximity to the gem. And you see through the crack of the barks is that same green color that emanated out of her eyes. And it flows down, and it's sort of like a boat on a river, just sort of flowing down her arm into her hand, into your hands. They're large, so you're like having to like balance them a little bit. And she looks at you. I am trusting you with my children, and I will hold you responsible. Do not let them down.
I promise. I swear. I will do whatever I can. And I will do my best to bring another guardian back when we are done.
And she recalls that you and Ned are going to work together, and she reaches out and pulls you, Ned, over beside Riss and holds... you're able to sort of like take the gems one by one and put them away, so you have the final one in your hand that she's still holding on to with her one hand. And she takes, Ned, your other hand and holds sort of like her hand, yours, Riss's, hers on the gem, sort of like a sandwich almost, and just holds you together. Do not let my sacrifice be in vain. As opposed to a threat, this is a plea. And she's still holding your hand, Riss, and she reaches her other hand up to you, Ned, and touches your cheek. Under her, and she closes her eyes, now lightless and just cavities in the bark, and whispers under her breath, "Goodbye."
Goodbye, Mother.
And she pulls her hand off of that final gem, and she begins to like shake, almost like seizing, takes a step back and begins to convulse harder, and just sort of petrifies into a tree, no longer animated. The ghost of a face in knots and bark swirls that you only see because you know to look for it. Before your eyes, the flowers the buds that that have manifested slowly turn and open. Little pink flowers, almost like cherry blossoms. The gems are yours. The druids and the monks and the barbarians approach, place a hand on the trunk, and just sort of slowly sink to their knees. Place their forehead against the tree. And you can tell that the message is being sent throughout the grove.
Throughout the roots.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
As this is going on, Gawain is just going to use minor illusion and just create a little like an image of Mother, and just I want to put it 30 feet up into the air. Just as a
to like broadcast it.
Just
Memorial.
as a memorial, yeah.
Memorial, yeah.
You send this 30 feet up. And you hold it for... How long does minor illusion last?
A minute, I believe.
Yeah, 1 minute.
You hold it for a minute. And you feel the magic slipping from your grasp. And you relinquish it. Only to find that it has been picked up by another. And the illusion remains. And another minute passes and it sustains. And another minute passes and it remains. And it endures. Mother endures. This image has above table has become a permanent addition to the Druids of Yesterhill. In memoriam. And it rests it appears to stand on top of her tree, out surveying out over the valley. Her eyes flare green, and it's you feel like this beacon across the sky, and you know it to be visible from all corners of the valley. And a sense of peace and hope washes over you. You all have created a beacon that, until destroyed, grants a +1 bonus to armor class and saving throws. Ooh. For you guys. So, there is effectively a +1 ring of protection, just non-attunement. So there's the Blessing of the Wild Mother is a magic item that I've made that you can equip, and it'll give you that +1 bonus.
Cool.
Did you make that knowing you would succeed at this?
No, that's something that I made for something else. But it functions in the same with the same boon.
Very quick question.
Oh, good.
If we failed, it was gonna be a TPK.
You had backup plans. It's great. Anyway,
this tree. Have we seen trees like this anywhere in Barovia, including this very area we're in right now, this very valley?
This valley?
more of a curiosity as to like how many mothers there have been, if any others.
Give me a history check.
Oh, I'm not good at those.
DM, can I join that?
Yeah, of course.
13.
You said
Well,
history. I'm down
yes.
for history
That's
Always
well.
down for
Barovian
history.
history.
with advantage, right? Yeah, yeah.
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 Maybe I'll learn something. I don't know. I also have 2 D12s to burn because I told the story and you were super late. So maybe this is Gawain's smart moment.
22.
Oh, it's cocked.
Oh, I haven't used my bardic yet. I'm gonna do that.
Also, Stephen, if I could give you inspiration, I would. Very beautiful scene.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very
I'm like,
This
I'm
is
quite
what
Yeah,
it was.
that-
egg, so
Yeah, that during that whole thing, I was tearing up. I don't know if you could tell.
I could tell that you were moved. I'm very
I
honored.
was like almost crying, real tears.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
close.
and this is the smartest Gawain has ever been and will ever be.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! Tell me it! You didn't do it.
Nat 20.
I didn't nat 20. I did get a 35.
35, amazing.
Damn, you
Two
beat
bars.
Power
me.
2d12, baby.
2d12s,
Well,
man.
I got a 26.
Even with that -1 intelligence.
hmm
I got a 13,
Proud of
guys.
you.
Come on.
I'm proud of you all.
This is a very, very distinct tree. DC wasn't massive. This is one of a kind, unique, unseen anywhere else in Barovia.
Got it. Okay. And nothing like similar, even like this completely. All right.
Yeah, completely unique. This is the only from that you can infer that this is the only mother that's ever been. Capital M mother.
Mm-hmm.
Riss is still holding this gem. Watching all of this.
This gem takes on a green hue.
Oh, good.
And the other two are
two
gold.
are yellow orange. Yeah.
Yes.
Riss, is Ned still standing next to Riss?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
If anything, like you can see like a tear streaming down like from under.
Yeah,
his
no, Riss also has tears streaming down. Riss turns and like gives him the gem. I was just gonna say, I think I need a minute. And then they're gonna wander away from people.
Gawain's gonna get the puzzle box open and just walk over to Nedro. Do we want to put these away so that they're not gonna get snatched until we need them?
Like, so Ned's a bit distracted, and like when Gawain approaches, like, yeah, and then he'll hand it over, and then he'll look straight forward again at the tree. He isn't necessarily directly talking to like the druids and amongst anybody, but clearly what he's saying is for them and for Mother. He's like, her sacrifice won't be in vain. We're going to save this land. And he'll just stay there, just like in the moment throughout this.
Well done, guys.
Hmm.
Well done. I was ready to ride this out wherever the dice decided. And the dice wanted a beautiful moment.
It did.
I can't think of a better point to pick up next week. I just feel that was very nice. Thank you I'm glad that you appreciated it as well, everybody. And thanks for everyone who was watching, who got to see that, whether you were here with us Tuesday, or this Tuesday, or if you're watching on YouTube and you see it in the future sometime. I appreciate you sticking around. These are the moments that I'm glad that we're recording this and that we have this preserved, because suffice it to say, I'm very impressed with how that scene turned out. I'll see you in the VODs, everybody. I'll be watching this again. But yeah, so with that, we will pick up next time with the party successfully having gathered all 3 gems and presumably bearing down on Lady Strahd, Countess Strahd, for this climactic confrontation. But yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. It's been a blast as always. And always remember, you are the legend at the end of the Dragon's Tale. Good night, everyone.